helping protect your liberties every day.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY, only $4.99. Plus, DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
Keep up with what's going on in the downtown area with Ocala Downtown Newspaper. Delivering thousands of newspapers to businesses in the downtown area, Ocala Downtown is there to keep you informed. They even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about it. It's simple. For more info, just call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223, and pick up your copy of the Downtown Ocala newspaper today.
And now read Ocala Downtown Newspaper online.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. You know, it's the holiday season. It's really kicking into effect now. Thanksgiving's just next week. So it's time for giving, but it's also the season of spending. And all the excitement of the season, it's over. It's easy to extend yourself way beyond your means. Staying on top of your finances is important during the holiday season, maybe even more important than it is every other time of the year, but it doesn't mean you have to be Ebenezer. There's no Scrooge involved. Andrea Woroch, she's a personal finance guru, is here to share tips and digital banking tools for being a smart and generous person throughout the holiday season. Good morning, Andrea.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me on today.
You know, people always think that they have to overextend during the holiday season, and the holiday season's here. Even for a budget-conscious person, spending can get quickly out of control. So what do we do to stay on track?
That's right. It's really, really important to stay on track because you don't want to get those bills in the mail come January and realize that you went overboard and now are in debt. So the first thing you want to do is set a budget. And while it's easy to budget for gifts and maybe travel, if you have you're traveling home for the holidays, you need to think beyond those bigger, more common expenses. What are some of those smaller expenses you take on this time of year, and add that into your overall spending plan, because if you don't, that's when you can get into trouble. And so you really want to, craft out a well thought out budget, and that will help you stay on track this season.
When you say some of the smaller things, we all know about the gifts and everything like that. What are you referring to when you say some of the smaller things that we may forget about during this time of year?
Well, everything from taking family photos, creating those customized greeting cards, postage to then send those out. It could be your gift wrap, extra decorations you're buying this year, or maybe you're even buying extra groceries to feed out-of-town guests. And with rising prices, everything is costing more. So once you create that spending plan and you know everything you're going to be buying this time of year, you might have to adjust how much you spend on gifts. And maybe you don't buy everybody a gift on your list. Maybe you bake some treats instead.
Okay, so create a budget and make sure you include everything in it. But, for a guy like me that is not a planner, my wife is the planner. I'm not the planner. What are the first steps that you can tell me about creating a budget, especially right now during the holiday seasons?
Well, first of all, you really want to pay attention to where your money is going. And the best tool to manage your holiday money this time of year is in your phone. And mobile banking apps make it easy to pay attention to where your money is going. And that will also help you stay on track. So if you see you're overspending, it's time to cut back. And for example, the Chase mobile app helps you keep track of your spending. You can pay your bills, send money to friends and family with Zelle, and you can even check your credit score before making a big purchase with Credit Journey. No Chase account is even required for that. And then, of course, take advantage of any special offers at the stores you love through the app as well. And to just help you set that budget, look over your expenses from last holiday season, which you could do through your mobile banking app as well. See how much you spent in November and December, and that will give you that budget baseline. But while you're, setting your budget, now you also want to think about how you're going to afford all these gifts. And maybe for some of those bigger ticket purchases, you have to think of alternative payment options. Maybe you're planning a big family getaway or an engagement ring for someone special. Maybe you're buying a new car. There are alternative payment options to give you more wiggle room in your budget. And my Chase plan lets you pay off purchases over time with fixed, equal monthly payments, and there's no interest, no credit check, just a fixed monthly fee. So it just makes it a little less pressure on your budget, on your finances when you use these alternative payment options.
When you're talking about big ticket items, people all have different situations of what they think big ticket items are. Is that, something that individual budgets have to take into consideration, what the individual person feels is a big ticket item compared to what I might think it is?
That's a great point. Exactly. That's such a great point you make. Big ticket purchases are different for every person. So you really need to consider what you're buying, who you're buying for. Do you have to buy for everybody on your list? I know we say you want to be generous, but the season isn't about just buying a bunch of presents. Maybe for some other people on your list, there are other things you can do. Like I mentioned earlier, bake some treats. Can you get crafty, make your own ornaments? And that could also give you some flexibility in your budget and in your spending. And then also think about maybe going in on a group gift. Are there people in your life where you have, a mutual recipient? Maybe you could give something more meaningful while spending less by getting other people to go in on the same gift. And what's really convenient is that you can then use Zelle to send and receive money fast with almost anyone with a U.S. bank account. So that just makes it easy to go in on a group gift, especially if you don't live nearby the people who are chipping in.
You make a good point. It's when you got 3 or 4 siblings and you're getting something for your parents, sometimes that group gift between siblings is better for everybody's budget and much smarter when you're dealing with how much money you spend over the holidays.
Yes, exactly. And then you can actually give them what they want or what they need. Otherwise, you might feel like you're not giving them really something worthwhile.
What's the advantage to using a Chase credit card per se as opposed to a debit card when it comes to scammers and information and stuff like that during the holiday season?
Well, credit cards definitely offer more layers of protection, so that's definitely something you want to consider. Also think about, your payment options when you're using your credit cards, and it's just easy to use a credit card when you're shopping online or through your phone. So I think it really is a great option for buying any holiday gift or booking your travel.
Do you have any other tips or wisdom you want to give to us to help shop smart and or, prioritize a purchase or something?
Yes, well, I don't know if you've noticed, but there are so many holiday sales. They're starting earlier than ever, and it's easy to fall into the trap of overspending if you are, falling into the temptations, maybe buying one too many gifts for yourself this season. So I really recommend if you find yourself looking at something online or in store that isn't on your shopping list, you want to walk away and sleep on it. Give yourself some time to really evaluate that purchase. Is it worth it? Do you need it? In some cases, you may forget about it and dodge that impulse purchases. But if you realize that is something that would add value to your life, you would actually really use it, it is a good deal, then go ahead and buy it. And just make sure it is in your overall budget. And then, we were talking about meaningful gifts. Remember, some of the best gifts don't cost anything. It's your time. So maybe it's planning an outing with a loved one, maybe going on a hike and a picnic or going to a local art gallery. Those are sometimes the best gifts.
Is this a good time of year when we're talking about budgets and holiday to include maybe your children, especially the ones that are young adults or coming into adulthood, include them in your thought process for budgeting and stuff to start laying the basis for giving them good groundwork to do this exact thing once they become the breadwinner in their family?
Definitely. Money management is an important skill that unfortunately not all kids get at school. So parents have such a great opportunity to really share that wisdom during times of the year like the holidays. Sit down with your children and explain what a budget is, how you're using it to plan for holiday purchases and gifts, and maybe help guide them towards making different gift purchases for people in their life. Maybe they want to buy something for grandma and they have some money saved from a birthday or from their allowance and chores. So it's a really good opportunity to teach your children. And you don't have to wait till they're a little older. I have a 5-year-old, and we are ready to talk about money management. She chose a gift for her sister, and, we talk about that.
We got about 10 seconds. Tell people where they can go find out more information.
Well, you can go to chase.com/mobile to learn more about the Chase mobile app and all those amazing features I mentioned.
Andrea Woroch, thanks so much for taking time out with us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
We'll be right back after this timeout. You're listening to 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.